All right, guys. Here we are. How are you doing, Jason?
I'm doing all right.
Good,
How are you
good,
guys?
doing well. And we have here with us the wonderful Miss Diamond Foxx.
I'm doing great today.
Good. They can find you at Twitter at Diamond Fox, the number 2, and OnlyFans /Diamond_Fox with 3 X's.
Yes.
And the reason why I bring this up is because she says that I say it wrong. She says that I go follow her at diamondfox.com or at
He's
Twitter.
like twitter.com/ It's just Twitter at Diamond Fox and the number 2.
Right. I remember when we said like it's her handle. He looked at us like, "What the hell? Like
I don't know how
what
to
the
do
hell's a
that.
handle?"
I don't know how
See,
to
he
do
doesn't
that.
know
I
Twitter.
don't know any of the Twitter. I don't know. I don't have Twitter. I don't know how to do it
I
correctly.
don't either, but I mean, it's
I'm not-
2019.
I know. There's certain things I'm not any good at. Like, I can't give dap. You know how, like, people will walk up and they'll slap hands?
Yeah.
Or they'll high five or something? I can't do it. I don't know why I can't do it. Because I feel like I'm down with it. I just, whenever we go to slap hands, I'll miss. I'll miss their hand. Or if they go in for the regular handshake, I'll do the up one, or I can't do it. I never can do it right.
I saw a video somewhere where it's like you look at, I don't remember if it's somebody's elbow or wrist, and that is you're guaranteed to get the proper like handshake.
Okay, now wait a second.
It's like you
what
have
do you
to.
have
What
to
do you
do.
mean?
I'll have to look at this up and confirm this, but it's something like instead of looking at their hand, you follow their wrist or their elbow or something, and that will always line up. It's like one of those weird things, like, like the psychology things, like look somebody in the eye.
Right.
If you want to make somebody uncomfortable, you look at their forehead instead of looking them in their eyes.
Right.
And it was like, if you want to always make sure you get the proper connection to a high five or handshake, don't follow their hand, follow like their wrist or something, and that will always link. Right. I got to confirm what it is you said.
All right, you got to tell me because I really honestly need help with this.
I got bad hand-eye coordination too.
I don't know what
I'm
it is.
terrible.
See, I feel like I have good hand-eye coordination. I just am like, which way is he
See,
going to go?
I always just do a regular shake, but I'm not a guy, so I don't have this like weird guy thing. But my problem with handshakes is when somebody hands me a limpy ass hand. It's like, why? Grip my hand. Shake my hand like you're adult.
That's
Because you're a girl, and it's like, oh, I don't want to. And it's just like,
no.
See, that's the
I want a firm handshake. If I get
That's-
a weak, limpy handshake, then I just don't trust the person.
That's from your military background,
Well,
probably.
it's probably just from my upbringing.
Well, but I mean, I'm saying like you're a handshaker. You're not a
I am
hugger.
a handshaker. I don't like to hug. I like to hug sometimes.
Are you a kiss on the cheek?
No,
I've noticed that. You're not down with that.
no.
You don't want to be at the soccer game with the rest of the soccer moms and everybody's hugging and kissing
No,
cheeks.
get those bitches off me.
Nice.
No,
Nice.
especially not soccer mom kisses. Ugh.
All right. Well, I wanted to go into the sex question of the day to start us off. And Anonymous writes, "Hey guys, I wanted to know the age of everyone when they lost their virginity and how."
How?
How
How do you think we
That's what he
lost our
says.
virginity? What kind of fucked up
well, like
question
the
is
scenario
that?
that built up to it.
See, I've got a
Oh.
story to my losing my virginity.
I kind of got a story.
I got a story too.
Okay, who's
So
going?
that you're sitting there being like, well, what kind
Right.
of story? But I have a story.
All right, so
Okay, this is an interesting question.
Okay, so here's my story. So it was in junior high school, and my junior high school was 8th and 9th grade. And we were in Virginia, and it snowed. And when we went home from school early that day, and I went over to this girl's house, her name was Mandy. I remember her name, and I'm a terrible name remember. And I remember we did it, and I remember being so shocked that it happened that I stood up just scared and turned around and walked out of the house. I remember being horribly frightened, and I also remember I thought the hole was much higher than what it was. I didn't know it was so low. I kept
you think, it was her
stabbing her
belly
and
button
I
or
was right
something?
like above her clit. Like I thought, like my penis is up high. So I was stabbing her eye, and she was like, that's not it. And I couldn't do it. And I remember every time it snowed, there was like 4 snow days that year at my school. And that's how many times we did it during the snow days. Every time it snowed, I'd go over to her house because her parents weren't there.
So at what point did you figure out that her vagina hole was not above her clitoris?
No, after I kept sliding it down and sliding down, I figured out that the hole was down at the bottom. I didn't know anything about a clitoris or anything. I was like in 8th grade.
Were you a Minuteman the first time?
I mean, literally it was a blur. I remember just like, I didn't know what was going on. I don't think I just didn't realize what was happening. I was really freaked out. And then every time it was snowing, I remember being in school, looking out the window, and the snow was coming down. I was like, I'm so excited. I'm going to get some today. So that's how I lost my virginity. And I guess I was 8th grade, 13, 14,
Something
15?
like that, yeah.
Somewhere in there.
I think it's like 13.
Yeah, I was pretty young.
Diamond?
Well, let's see. I was 14. I'd barely just turned 14. And it's actually making my eye twitch talking about it.
Oh, God.
But I was in the bathtub, and my boyfriend called me up and said, what's going on? And I said, well, I'm in the bathtub. My parents are gone to the VFW to play bingo. And so he says, okay, I'm on my way coming over. So he came over, and I didn't really know what was going down. And all of a sudden, we're in my bedroom. Now, my mom hated me so much as a child that she cut my door in half. So I had like a half bedroom door, and she was nice enough to even put a shelf on it so that, like, if you wanted to just come rest your elbows on my door and chit chat, then we could do that.
You had a door like people's back door from back in the day. They would put pies on it.
Sounds like a saloon door.
It didn't
Yeah.
But there was no top to it.
Right, it was like
So,
people's...
like, I had no privacy whatsoever.
Wow.
Yeah. So we shut the door and, as best as we can because there's no top to it. And I don't know how he talked me into this, but somehow he talked me into it. And I remember putting my thumbs by my hips and trying to keep him out of me because it was hurting. And my brother shows up out of the blue, and he starts playing the fucking harmonica.
What?
Yes, my brother's playing the harmonica while I'm trying to lose my
Outside the door?
virginity. No, he's like in the bedroom.
Why was your brother in the bedroom? What were y'all
don't
under
know.
the sheets?
Yes.
Oh, y'all were under the covers.
Yes.
How old's your brother at this time?
He's like 13 because I was like 14.
So, did he know
He might
what
have
was
been
going
12.
on?
I
or-
think he did.
Okay.
Because why else would he come into my bedroom
Oh, my
and play
God,
the
you're a weird
harmonica?
chick.
I was awful. So the next day on the school bus, I remember I couldn't walk. Everything hurt really bad. And my girlfriend says, what happened to you? What's wrong with you? And I told her, and she's like, oh, my God, that's so funny. I said, it's not funny.
That's so weird.
I still traumatized that
That's
my brother
like-
was playing the harmonica.
Like I can close my eyes and see your brother playing the harmonica at the end of the bed. Oh, that's so weird.
Yeah, it was pretty creepy.
All right.
So
Your
let's
turn.
hear about yours. I can't wait to hear about it.
I was like 11 or 12.
Wow.
Okay, so it first started, it was a buddy of mine, Robbie.
Okay.
And it first started, I forgot, we were out of town somewhere, and we were in a hotel room, and my mom was in one bed, and we were sharing another bed, and my mom was passed out, and I don't even know how it started, but we started jerking each other off and sucking each other off, and we were going to fuck, but we were afraid it was going to make too much noise and all this stuff. So we wound up just sucking each other off, and we kept poking up our heads from the blankets to be like, is your mom still asleep? And it was really bizarre. Like, now thinking back at it, it's like my mom was literally like 10 feet away, and I'm sucking some dude off.
Wow.
And he was sucking
Wow.
me off, and that was pretty ballsy.
Yeah.
So whatever it was, we went back to my house later that day. We were like, I think we went to like Disney or something like that. Went back later that night. He slept over again, and we're like, let's continue this. And I remember, I think we were like having like, your first sex ed class at the time, and HIV was so big at the time, like
Right.
everyone. So we were like, we had to have safe sex. So obviously we were like 11 or 12. We didn't have condoms, so we put water balloons on our dicks.
Stop it. Stop
To
it.
have safe sex, and obviously that hurt like a motherfucker. So we took those off, and we wound up just fucking each other. I remember I grabbed like a shit ton of Vaseline and like a whole handful, and we were like smearing it on each other's dicks and buttholes, and
this is crazy.
And it was a good time, and then it continued on through through high school, and then it was another buddy after that, and another buddy after that.
All through high school.
Then like fraternity life, and then it was a bunch of fraternity guys that I was with. It's funny because like a lot of them, when they found out I was gay, they were like, I can't be friends with you anymore. I was like, dude, you're one of the dudes I fucked last night. And they're just like,
my God.
But nobody knows that, and I'm just like.
But
well, I wouldn't fucking,
know.
be careful who you turn your back on, because I could fuck your life up just as easily. Never did, but it was a good time.
See, that's crazy. See, this is gonna sound weird, but kids are fearless. Like they don't, like you can be across from your mom and do that stuff because you're like,
I mean, it didn't even cross my mind. I mean, I knew what I was doing, but I guess it was like. I was so young. It wasn't like, like, oh, we're sucking each other off. It was kind of
wonder
like,
what your
we're
mom
playing
was
with each
thinking.
other's peepees. Like,
right.
I'm hoping she was still asleep. And after listening to this, Mom, if you can let me know if you were asleep, and or did you know I was a fag at 11?
Like, that's crazy. No, I think that you had so much drive to just do it that I think there's some crazy stories out there where people really go a long way to get it.
Yeah. And then when I was like 12, 13, 14, 15, whatever, I had like dudes in their 20s and 30s. Like I would sneak out of my house picking me up, and I was hooking up with guys way older than me. And everyone's like, oh, you poor kid. Like, you were molested and raped. And I was like, not really. I would hit them up and be like, come on, dude. Come get me. Like, where are you? Let's do this.
I remember I had a paper route when I was a kid. And there was this one guy that would get Playboys. And I would steal them out of his mailbox. And back then, the magazine would come with paper around it. Have you ever seen it look like?
Oh, okay.
So like garbage.
To hide, like censor.
To hide to what it is. It was like a paper sleeve so people wouldn't know what you were getting. And I remember just delivering papers and being really excited, looking at this guy's opening the mailbox to see if it's in there. And looking back on it, everybody must have known that I was stealing this guy's mail because I would ride around in a circle looking around, and then I'd go to his mailbox and act like I was taking a newspaper out and putting two more in and going, oh, I guess I put too many newspapers in. Let me take this. And, oh, I accidentally grabbed this magazine and taken off. I never got caught, but that was the first.
Oh, you got caught.
Somebody must have known.
Oh,
He was probably like, where's all of my fucking Playboys?
And where'd you hide them after?
I would leave them like everybody else, just in the woods. I never took them home. I think it was a one-time use. I never had any porn in my house growing up at all.
Did you bust on the pictures or not? Because I never understood why
I'm
people
sure I
do
did.
that and like ruin the
That's
magazine.
gross,
Like,
yeah.
it's like I want to look. I mean, like you said, it was a one-time thing. I used to like to look at them over and over again.
No, I know that some of my friends like would have their dad would have them, and they'd be at the basement. I remember really, really young going to one of my dad's friend's house, and he was a bachelor, and he had just a stack of them. And my mom yelling at us to stay away from those magazines. I remember like distinctly that's her, and I must have been really young. And that was my first encounter with like X-rated or XXX, seeing anything like that. And which brings me to one, I never really realized there was a difference between X and XX and XXX.
Yes.
What are the differences?
That's why there's an X, a double X, and a triple X.
Well, I mean, I just
and
thought
R.
I thought it was just people trying to make their video seem dirtier because mine's not a regular X video.
Yeah.
Mine's a double X
What would you
video.
consider X and double X? Because I mean,
How does it work?
Triple X is like you see everything.
right?
You see anal penetration, you see vaginal penetration, you see double penetration, you see it all. Double X is you only see, like, if I'm not mistaken, you only see like vaginal, maybe some penetration, but it's probably, actually, you know what? Let me back that up. Triple X, you see everything. You see all the penetration angles. Double X, you see them having sex, but you don't see the actual penetration. And then X is you see like their faces and their bodies moving.
Simulated.
Simulated.
So like Skinamax.
Like Skinamax. Yes, exactly.
Okay.
And there's also different times that these different ratings are allowed to show on TV, on like paid per view or whatever it is.
Right.
So R gets played at 9 o'clock, X gets played at 10 o'clock, Double X gets played at 11, and Triple X gets played after midnight.
Right.
I did find that out while I was out in LA.
Oh, that's right. You had dinner with the
movie editor, yeah.
A real editor.
Yes. An editor
cool.
that's edited some of my porn before.
Right.
So I was like, that's very interesting. That's neat to know, actually.
Yeah, I remembered you brought it up, and I just thought it was all the same. I never realized that was anything different.
I've always been curious. When you're like, I mean, obviously now, like, you know, you're more experienced. When you were a young girl, like in your teens and early 20s, when you would masturbate, would you do it to porn? Like, do women do it to porn, or would you do it more to imagery of like previous experiences or guys that you had crushes on? Like guys, it's always like, you know, beating off to the girl with the biggest tits, or in my case, you know, the nicest ass or cock or whatever. But like, do women? I feel like they don't objectify men that way as much as like looking at like, I want to see the dirtiest porn. Like you're more like, I want to see like that guy I had the crush on the football team making love to me, or
right. That's a really good question. But I'm trying to think of what I used to masturbate about growing up. I think I was just masturbating to the thought that it felt good.
So what's
like I didn't watch porn.
Was it the scenario or was it the image? Like,
or just focus on the sensoriness of it all.
The sensoriness, I would say the sensoriness,
right.
Because like I didn't see porn. I probably don't even know that it existed.
Yeah.
My brother did have a magazine in the bathroom, in the towel rack that was like up high that I came across once. Yeah, it was like a Playboy or something. But I just remember seeing a girl sitting on a countertop spreading her pussy apart with her fingers.
What?
And
did that freak you out?
I think it was the first time I'd ever seen anything like that, and I didn't really know what to think.
Yeah, well, I kind of definitely, that Playboy eases you into it.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
it really does.
It really, because you're like, oh, my God, I think she's going to show her boobs in the next picture. I can't wait. I can't wait to flip it over
like
and
her
see
favorite
what's
movie
next.
is.
Right. Absolutely. No, that was...
Well, going back to our original question, part B, when did you lose your virginity to a woman?
That is another good question. I would say before I lost my virginity to my boyfriend. Oh. She and I were messing around, and her name was, she and I shared the same name, but we were in bed sleeping, and it's like we woke up for some reason, and she had a pencil in her hand, a brand new pencil that had never been sharpened or anything. And she's like, here, let's slide this inside of your vagina.
Lead poisoning.
I was like, what? And no, we used the eraser end.
What? You have the weirdest sexual experiences.
Yes.
It's like a dream.
Now I know why you're a porn star.
So I don't remember a whole lot about it, but I do remember laying on my back and letting her ease this pencil into my pussy, like with the eraser. It was just a little bit of it.
But see, I don't know that I'm going to chalk that up to having sex. I'm going to say that's just people experimenting. I'm going to say that's a different level.
Yeah.
If you're that young.
That's probably fair to say. We're experimenting.
Okay, well, here's what will be the deciding factor. Did you think about it after, like, and get excited about it? Did you be like, wow, I know I like that. Like, I wanted to kiss her. I wish she would have taken her panties off. Or was it just literally a friend put a pencil in me?
No, it was a friend put a pencil in me, but I think what was the
was
oddest about it, was I thought her brother was really cute. And he woke us up in the morning and he asked why there was a pencil in the middle of the bedspread. It was like right in the middle of the bedspread, like on top, and we were under the covers. And I just remember holding my breath thinking, we cannot let this guy know that we fucked these pencils last night. This is like crazy.
Yeah, I think that's just
right.
I think that's
and so I think I finally like giggled about it and said, "Oh, you don't really want to know what happened to the pencil." And I would remember being very embarrassed about it and thinking that it was kind of a little bit hot that we were telling this guy that in a nonchalant way that we kind of did it with these pencils.
Probably had no idea. He was probably like,
he
whatever.
Probably didn't know, but he might have.
He's probably like, Mom doesn't let markers on the bed.
Oh, yeah. Well, I would believe that because their house was like spotless. like super
Yeah,
super
that's-
clean.
that's
So
not-
they were
when-
probably
okay,
like, "Why is
so-
this
I'm,
out of order?"
I'm gonna go with Ben on the. I don't think that counts.
That
as,
doesn't count. When
That
did
was
you,
experimenting.
Yeah, what was your first orgasm with a woman?
Scissoring,
20s or
eating each
30s?
other out, full on making out.
I gotta tell you, scissoring is overrated. Scissoring was invented by a man. Some guy
By a
came up
genius.
with the idea of his wife
That's what it
rubbing
was.
pussies with the neighbor's wife.
Yeah.
That is how scissoring came up.
Yeah.
Because it's almost impossible to really get in there and enjoy it.
You're
With
not
the
trying hard enough.
double-headed dildo, though. it
Well,
could
that's
be-
totally different.
okay.
Yeah, because now there's actual penetration, and you don't have to actually be grinding your pussy up against the other girl's pussy.
Fair
Because
enough.
if you're both not the exact same size, then
Yeah.
one thigh is bigger and it keeps you out of the way. The other girl's thigh is too skinny, and then
That's the
you're
hot
all
part
over
of
her.
it. That's the hot part. You're
No.
Desperately grinding. What are you talking about?
We are desperately grinding, trying to
That's
get
it.
some excitement out of this. And it just doesn't happen. I hate to burst your bubble, guys.
Yeah, but I mean, you probably went porn is when you really.
I would
had
say
your
porn
first.
is the first, like, legit girl experience. And
Right.
I remember my first my first girl sex scene. They were just like, just do what comes natural. And I thought, well, eating pussy does not come natural for me.
I want to say, wasn't your first girl scene a 9-girl orgy?
Holy shit.
Yeah, you're right. It was 8 girl. Cousin Stevie's Pussy
Stevie's
Party Part 8, Part
Yep,
5.
Part 5.
Talk
Cousin's
about
pussy
jumping
party.
into
It's
the deep
8
end.
girls, and they had all been around in porn for a
That's
while, and I was
right.
still pretty new to porn and definitely new to eating pussy. And all of a sudden, they're like, okay. Oh, and it was like being shot for, like, the winner was going to go on to, like, be on national TV for something or another.
I remember that in the
Like, or
winter,
they get a
like
big
it was a
$5,000
contest
reward
who
check or
was the
something.
best girl, and I remember the girl gets extra money
She got extra money, like an
I
extra
remember.
$5,000 or something on top of the regular pay to be
because
there.
I was at work, and she was calling me on her Nextel.
All the girls are doing their
Yes.
makeup with their nice makeup brushes and
Yes.
stuff, and I've got my little makeup sponges because, like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm
Right.
still new to all this.
Right?
Like, I lived in a cave my whole life.
Yeah, it was. I remember that
I do remember that now.
With saloon doors.
with
With
saloon
saloon
doors, right?
yes.
That's
That
awesome. I
anybody in the
remember.
house could walk by and see.
Yeah, I just I don't think you really got. I think you got more into it because you never used to talk about girls like in the beginning of our marriage, but after you got into porn, and then after you got comfortable with it too,
Mm-hmm.
then I think girls turn you on more now than what they did.
Yes.
Right?
Girls that like girls turn me on. Girls that are just there for a paycheck
Oh,
do
yeah.
not do anything
yeah,
for
she
me.
hates that.
I cannot stand it when they're there just for a paycheck and they're just like, ugh.
See, I'm the opposite. I love the straight guys who are just like trembling and not sure if they want to be doing this.
Oh my God,
And they're
it's so dirty.
I'm just so horny. I don't want a guy sucking my dick, but I just need my dick sucked. And I'm just like, I got you. I have this like dirty old man voice playing in my head, like, oh, just lay down in the bed. I'll take care of you, sonny.
Oh my
I
God.
love it. So then let me ask you this question.
Okay.
Have you ever had a girl suck your dick?
Yeah, I had like it would be almost a fiance for 5 years. I mean, that was the whole plan. We lived together for 4 of those 5 years.
Okay.
All right.
So then let me ask you this question. And just talking as a guy
Right.
with a dick, not gay or straight or any of that,
Right.
just a guy with a dick. Would you rather have your dick sucked on by a willing guy or girl or by, hold on, what's the question I'm trying to ask?
You're saying what is
Would you rather have your dick sucked by a girl that's,
Willing?
by a guy that's willing and maybe knows how to suck a dick because he's got a dick and
Mm-hmm.
he knows how he wants it sucked, or by a girl that,
I think you're saying that back the other way. Would you rather have a girl that really wanted to suck your dick and was good at it, or a guy that really didn't want to and was scared and everything like that?
no.
All right, well then let me
So
lay
you're
the
a guy
question
and you've
out.
got a dick. Who would you rather have suck your dick? Somebody that's all excited about it, or somebody that's maybe just gay because you're gay?
Well, going to Ben, if it was a girl who really knew what she was doing and a guy who didn't know what he's doing but was nervous as hell, it's like a 50-50 because, of course, I want the one who
That's
knows
what you
what they're
like.
doing. but mentally stimulating. Because blowjobs for me they're kind of like, all right, cool for a couple minutes, but let's get to the real thing. Like it's the foreplay. Like I'm not a huge blowjob guy. I know a lot of guys are like, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? You just haven't had a good one. No, I've had great ones, but it's like an appetizer. It's like, let me get to the real main course here. Like that was good. It got me stimulated, but I want the Pound Town thing going on.
Now, see,
Ben is the exact opposite.
Exact opposite.
A blowjob is like a massage. Sometimes
they
make
wrong.
me like
It's
want
the
to go to
greatest thing in the
sleep.
history of the world.
It's just like it's so relaxing. I'm just like, oh, that's so nice.
But what if they're like gagging on it and
what
spitting
I
on
was
it?
thinking.
Yeah, but like, I just want to. It's like, all right, that's cool. Now it's time for me to fucking get rough and aggressive. I like sex to be. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I've never had like real relationships. I'm not like let's make love and like I want to fucking scream. I want somebody to be like a little bit sore. Like you can't do that from a blow. I guess you can, but it just
Sure you can.
Now, see, my thing is
gets
this.
sore all the time from blowjobs.
My thing is, like, I was watching TV the other day, and I saw a girl mopping the floor. And I was like, I can mop the floor so much better. I mop the floor like a man does. Like, I grab it, and I mop the floor. That seems to me like how a guy would give a blowjob. They're just bigger and stronger, and they grab hold of it and friggin'...
I think the best part about a guy is their mouth is bigger, and they can do
That's
more.
what I'm
They can
saying.
take more. Not necessarily the aggressiveness, because like I feel like a guy would be more aggressive, but a girl can be more of like sorry for the Me Too movement, but more of like a whore about it.
Right.
Like, they can just be, and like a guy's just like, I'm going to swallow this penis right now.
Right. Like, it seems like a guy is just doing better. It's like he's lifting weights, and he can...
Right. No, it's really, honestly, when it comes to blowjobs, at least for me, because it's more about not the physical, because the sex is the physical, the mental, I prefer them to almost be like more like, I can't believe I'm doing this. And it's just like, shut the fuck up and suck it.
All right. Now,
But when it comes to ass versus pussy, I think pussy is way better than ass, which sucks being gay because it lines up better. It's self-lubricating, and you don't have to worry about the poop factor.
and you got
True.
the walls are better. It's not...
I mean, ass
The walls
feels
are
good,
softer.
and for any like women listening, if your guy is just all about anal sex, like he wants to fuck your pussy or your ass way more than your pussy, I would probably suspect he's hanging out with me late at night because I'm sorry, like I don't know why.
it might be, yeah.
Like if they want to do it because the girl won't let them, okay, so now it's about the domination, or they've never really tried it, or once in a while it's fun, sure. But if it's like 70% of the time he wants your ass and not your pussy, he's trying on your panties when you're at work.
Right. My thing is that I only get off when I feel like the person wants to do it. Like I can't. It's not hot to me for like if she's like, well, I'll give you a blowjob like we talked about last time because it's your birthday. I'd rather not have one. I'd literally rather not have
I
it.
get that.
Now, if she's like, I'm so horny, I need a cock, and I need something to suck on right now while you finger me. Like, that's everything to me. It's really more of how she feels. I don't know how to explain it. It has nothing to do with, when I have sex with somebody, it's nothing to do with me.
So you're a pleaser.
He's definitely a pleaser.
Yeah. It's nothing.
You want to make sure they come before you ever come.
It is
Oh,
much
yes.
hotter for me that I'm making her come. Like I'm the man.
I'm the
doing it.
champion.
Like
You hear
I
the
don't know
Queen song
why,
in the
but
background?
that's what does it for me. I don't know. What did you say? I didn't hear.
You hear the Queen song in the
Oh
background.
yeah,
We
absolutely.
are the champions.
Yeah, absolutely. I just it's not a selfish thing for me. I guess it is because like I get off knowing that they're getting off.
That's not selfish. That's awesome.
Just what I'm into.
Yeah. No, I mean, I kind of get that too, but I mean, if I don't come, then that wasn't a success. Like, I want to make sure they come. It's just as equal. If they don't come, it's not a success. If I don't come, it's not a success. If we both come, that's where the success,
Right, I agree.
success comes in.
I'm with you. The older I get, the less I'm having a hard time. I can still get it up, but I'm having a hard time come now. Isn't that like it's a weird?
Sometimes.
It's like not all the time, but like it used to be like when I was 30, every time my dick got hard, I was coming. I mean, like that was it. That was the end of it. But now it's like every 1, 1 out of 10 times I may not come.
I think that's okay.
I mean, it just happens. Like, sometimes like there's no
getting
reason
old.
behind it. Like sometimes
I
your
am.
dick
I'm
just
getting
doesn't
old.
get hard. Like it's not like you're impotent or like I wasn't turned on or whatever. It's just sometimes like, your dick's just like, that's cool, but I'm not performing tonight. Like, sorry.
Yeah, and that's the good thing about having Diamond as a wife. Like, let's say if it's not getting hard right away, like she's not gonna be like, "What the fuck? Hurry up already!"
Yeah,
Like, she's
no, I
not
don't
gonna
do all
shame
that.
me because she knows that's not helping.
It's not me. Like,
So I that's the good part about her. But I don't know. Maybe it's just that I'm getting old.
You're
You know
getting
what? Valentine's Day was just here, and I went and got Diamond a new computer.
Yeah, he never even buys me flowers for Valentine's Day. I get flowers 2 days after Valentine's Day when they're on clearance.
Yes.
So for
Smart
him
man.
to go out, for him to go out and buy me a new laptop was really cool. So I was very excited. But I was in LA when he bought it, so I had to sit around and think about it for like 5 days before I got to play with it.
Right. Well, it was a good deal on it, and my thing is that the reason why I'm bringing it up is because I need your help shaming her into using it.
Oh, my aching
Because
ass.
she won't use it.
I
Like,
have been using
what
it.
do you want her to use it on though? Like to watch porn, to study?
No, like for
things?
her work. Like literally she
like
needs
Twitter
Like
and
to play on
OnlyFans.
Twitter and OnlyFans and to watch porn and I want clips or I have clips for sale or whatever those sites are. And
like she needs to be able to take a video and create the
oh
video.
yeah, and he wants me to edit video like at the snap of a
I want her
finger.
to learn how to edit video. She needs to learn how to edit video.
I have no
I don't
idea
even
how
know
to
how
do
to
that.
upload a picture or a video to iMovie yet. I'm still figuring this stuff out.
Anybody
right
listening
with
to
you.
this is shaking their head that they're like, you've been in the porn industry for 15 years.
We
and
know-
you can't
They
edit
probably are.
a simple video. She can't even put her name at the front of a video.
Well, you know what? I know somebody in this room right now who's really good at editing and recording all this and filming all
well,
this.
yeah, I
who
mean,
might be happy to help her edit her fingering videos
I'm
and
with you.
Yes,
I'm with you.
yes.
But-
toy testings and
But
Good
she
point.
needs to.
Good point.
She's got to learn. She's got to learn this stuff. And there's so many outlets nowadays, like her OnlyFans. And with your OnlyFans, you'll get what request on make this video or do a Skype show or you'll post videos.
Yeah.
And how does OnlyFans work?
It's kind of like a private forum. So they sign up to it, and then they can send me a private email, or they can post up like under one of my pictures, and say, I mean, they can write anything that the imagination can take you to. They can be like, can you make me a private video of you fucking your toy with your feet and calling out my name?
You get a lot of pantyhose videos.
I got a
hose
couple of
commercials.
pantyhose things that people like, just dance around in your pantyhose.
I feel like it's kind of OnlyFans is, and not to knock this, but I kind of feel like it's almost like a promoted stalking. It's like
Kind of.
people who
It
are
is.
just
It's
obsessed
something-
with you that can't stop looking at you, and they want to see this and they want to see that. It's
Yes.
almost like they want the behind the scenes. Not so much I want to see Diamond
Exactly.
Foxx and her feature film. I want to know what Diamond Foxx does at 4:04 p.m. in the afternoon after
That's-
she picks her daughter up from school.
Yes, that's exactly what
Yeah,
OnlyFans
yeah,
is good
definitely.
for. And the fans, that's why I don't mind dressing down for these podcasts. It's just because people want to see me as an everyday regular person.
Right, but also people will send requests in for their very specific kink. Like they're like,
Yes.
I want you have to take a picture, you have to film yourself digging through your underwear drawer and say, my dirty stepson has stolen my underwear again. And so, right, like he will be
Now
like,
you're giving the plot away to our next film.
right.
Yeah.
But
Let me tell you what I did out in LA.
right. So she will have to be able to create these very specific movies for fans because, like, that's really what,
That's
they,
what
want,
they want.
and they're getting exactly what they want. So she needs to be able to take this and upload it and edit it and watermark it. And then one of the problems is that we also are trying to get all your YouTube stuff together.
Yes.
And get your YouTube channel going. So there's a lot of work that she needs to do with the computer and a
Which
laptop.
I've been working on. I didn't work on it yesterday because as soon as I woke up, I had to go straight to a game.
What time did you get up?
I got up a little late.
What time did I get up?
I got up at like 11:47.
That's not bad.
Not bad. I was up
I
at
used to
6
say
I'm
a.m.
a night owl.
I used to sleep in until 2 o'clock. I mean, we're making progress
I
here.
think you and I should get married.
I'm telling you.
I can't do
We
it.
could just
But
share
you
guys
went
left and right.
Yes.
Sorry, Ben.
You know, it's okay. It's fine. I mean, if he's got a wife that gets up at 6 a.m. and gets after it, then
Oh
we
yeah,
can
no, we'll
swap
get
it.
you plenty of pussy. No, don't worry
Yeah,
about
I
that.
don't
Get
need
you
the.
at 6
I don't
a.m.
You don't need
the
alimony, you
pussy.
just
I
need
need
pussy.
a girl that gets up at 6 a.m.
And she
And
doesn't
guess
care if
what?
you can
What the
come or
fuck
not.
You want me to
I
do
don't
at
know.
6 o'clock in the morning?
You need to at least be smart enough to fake it. Like, you should get up with me and be like, okay, I'm going to get after my day.
No.
Don't call me because I'm going to be working. That's what you need to do.
No.
Ah.
From 6 o'clock until 9 o'clock, there's literally nothing that I can do. Everybody is sleeping. There are no stores open.
Right.
Not that I would go to the store at 9 o'clock in the morning either, but
Right. Well, I want you to commit to me and all your fans that you're going to learn how to edit video. Do you think you can
I
do
will
it?
learn how to edit videos slowly but surely. I will figure it out.
You're going to
Careful.
figure it out.
This is recorded. Like that's a verbal contract.
Right? It really is. I don't know. I have this thing that I'm like, I hate doing stuff on my phone. Like, I can't conduct business from my phone. Like, I need.
He's the only person I know that can't use his phone to do stuff.
I'd rather do my phone than my laptop.
See, you're
rather
not
do my
helping
phone.
me.
Unless it's like watching porn because I need a bigger screen because like I don't want to have to squint to see like penetration.
Right. I mean,
But if it's like typing up an email, it's just like it's already in my hands. It's in my pocket. Like I don't want to have to sit down and type this up. It's like I could text faster than I can type.
yeah, but the websites look
First
different.
world problems, but
The websites do look different.
They
I
look
will
different.
say that when I pulled up Twitter on my new laptop, I was like, what the fuck is all this? What is all this?
oh,
Right.
there's so many more options and there's so much you can
Right.
do
I
on
was
a
so
website.
confused. I
But
was
sometimes
like,
that's almost too overwhelming. I'm really bad with technology, and sometimes
Me
it's like
too.
I just want a menu that says like 1, 2, 3. Like I don't want like. Do you want to go to the 666 option of this?
yes.
Right.
Like and it's like, oh Jesus Christ, I'm overwhelmed. Now I'm just going to turn off the computer.
Yes.
Right.
Even Facebook was different. I was like, what the hell? All this stuff is so different.
But see, you've got to be able to do it. And I know, I mean, working on your laptop, like you can't go to the airport and open up your laptop
I
and
can't.
work. You can't
Like
work on
sitting
a
at
plane.
the airport for 4 hours for a 4-hour layover. I can't play on Twitter.
She can't work.
I can't organize my photos in my photo app because it's all porn. I can't open up Twitter because the first thing you're going to see is porn.
Right.
Can't open up OnlyFans because the first thing you're going to see is a picture of me with a dick in my mouth.
They do have those phone covers. And maybe they make them for laptops too,
Oh,
where
yeah,
like
that's right.
unless you're looking directly at it, it's not clear. It's almost like
see, I'm
like
so-
limo
No,
tint
no,
if you're
no,
looking at it from an
we
angle.
gotta get that. We gotta get
no,
that.
I agree. That is good. But I heard about a story on the news once where a guy was on the plane sitting in the middle seat.
Uh-huh.
And he had one of those black things on his screen so that people couldn't see what he was looking at. He was looking at pornography on there, at bad pornography, and the person behind him could see through the cracks in the seat.
that
and
definitely.
recorded
yeah.
him. So that's the kind of luck that I would have is that I would be looking at porn and
but-
somebody behind
But
me.
it's not like you're looking at
Okay.
anything illegal. You're literally working on your
I know,
job.
but they're gonna.
I know.
you
Yeah, but they're going to be like, oh,
people
there's
are
a
just
kid
too
sitting
prudish
3
and-
rows over and they saw it. Now we're going to get you for.
But the kid probably jerks off more than you do. Like, get over it.
Probably.
Well, now here's
I'm
the
with
question.
you on that,
Here's-
but I just don't have the luck for it.
Here's the question. Let's say you're on a plane and a guy, not beside you, but the row next to you, starts rubbing his dick through his pants. And
I
would
would
you
immediately
report
hit the
him?
light. Yes.
You would report him.
Yes, I would get up and go
Would
to
you
the bathroom
report
and be
him?
like, this guy is over here.
If it had no effect on me, what do I
Like,
care? He
he's
wants
just-
to beat off.
yeah,
I would
he's
have
just-
a
I mean, if
problem
he's
with
like
that.
touching the woman who's passed out next to
Yeah,
me, of
no,
course.
right.
If he just wants to beat off, like, dude, you're a perv, you're fucking
Then go to the
scummy,
bathroom.
like, but like, I agree. That's in a perfect society, he would go to the bath. Well, in a perfect society, he would wait till he was off the plane. But,
Yes,
Right.
yes.
but like, if he's not harming anyone and he just wants to come all over his jeans and be sticky for the rest of the ride, like, it's,
Ew, that's
whatever.
gross.
Like,
Okay, so Diamond, if you saw a girl rubbing herself like under a blanket, but you knew what she was doing, would you turn her in? Would you hit the same button? Yeah, it's different, right? You wouldn't, would you?
I don't know.
See,
I've
That's a
never
no.
been in that situation, so I don't know how I'd react. To it.
I'm just different that I don't, like you, if it's not hurting anybody, I just can't narc anybody out.
I just
Right.
can't imagine
I
the
can't.
guy sitting on a plane with 5 people that can see him. His 2 seatmates and the 3 seatmates beside him can see him, and he's rubbing his dick on an airplane.
People do weird shit.
No, they do weird shit, but it's kind of like, that might be offended. But like, I'm almost more offended by the people like I've seen on like the news things that they're like, they're like sanding their feet on the planes and like dead
Oh,
skin.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I would be way more
Yeah.
offended by
God.
that by some
Yeah.
guy jizzing in his shorts.
I would vomit. You're right. I think
mean,
I would lose
I just
that.
saw one where a guy like got like down into his boxers for a long flight and everything, and somebody complained, and the stewardess was like, I mean, he's in his box. Like, what do you want us to do? Like, I'd be
Right.
more offended by that than I would if somebody was under a blanket just being like,
I saw the one where the lady was drying her kid's underwear.
yeah,
on the
that,
vent.
that to me would freak me out.
That was right. You're blowing that all over the plane.
Yeah.
But people do weird stuff.
That's kind of my whole philosophy for life, though. Like, if you're not hurting anybody else,
right.
what difference is it? Like, as long as you're not hurting someone, like, believe in whatever God you want to believe in,
Right.
believe in whatever politics you want to believe in anything you want. As long as you're not physically inflicting some kind of thing on somebody else, what do you care what
Right.
somebody else believes?
And I'm with you. And I mean, my
Everybody's
thing
so
is,
offended.
Oh my
if-
God, the
if-
little pansies.
if there's a guy beating off on a plane, that I do have a struggle that I'm like, somebody's going to see him.
Okay,
So,
that's a little, yeah.
but I still don't want to narc on them. I have that bad thing that I don't want to get anybody in trouble. Like,
Yeah.
it's like if you're at work and somebody steals a Snickers bar. Like, do you turn them in?
See,
Somebody's
No,
getting
but
hurt.
I don't
Somebody's
trust
getting
them in my
hurt.
house
I
because
don't trust them
obviously
in my house.
if they're going to steal what, it's kind of like, once a cheater, always a cheater kind of thing. Like, if they're going to steal that, they'll steal something from your house too. Like,
You're right.
Right. I'm with you. I don't know. People do weird stuff. Some people shove pencils in their pussies.
on that
I'm
note,
never going to live this down.
And on that note, that's the end of today's show, guys. I want to thank everybody for coming out. I'm going to do this. I'm going to get this name right. Twitter at Diamond Foxx.
3 X's.
The 3 X's with the number 2 at the end. That's Twitter at Diamond Foxx, number 2, and OnlyFans / Diamond Foxx _
Diamond _ Fox.
Diamond _ Fox. You want me to try it one more time?
Yes, because you butchered it.
I'm going to get it right. I got to practice. Okay, OnlyFans / Diamond _ Fox.
Yes.
I did it.
Not to cut, I mean, I know we're ending this up
Okay.
here, but one little thing I just noticed is I find it ironic that you're complaining about her not editing and you can't even get a OnlyFans
God.
or Twitter name right.
Hallelujah.
Shame.
Somebody's in my corner.
Shamed. And with that, we're going to end. Thanks, guys.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.